Okay. So it's weird when you're sitting here wearing, an American Nightmare shirt with your American Nightmare weight belt. Looking at going, all right, they had all the big moves they needed, and then WrestleMania Night 2 ends differently than Night 1. So let's go through both cards. I've got like 2 pages of notes here. I was traveling yesterday, so we'll try to get through most of the stuff in order. Cena Theory, weird opener, very weird opener. Especially if you just finished watching Stand and Deliver, I'm really getting tired of these. Babyface gets visual pin or submission, but the ref's out, and then heel move, like low blow or a title belt shot, and then heel wins. And Theory didn't look great in this match, which makes the potential like Grayson Waller showing up that much more horrifying for someone like Theory. It was meh. I mean, it was. You're like, okay, Cena was there to the Make-A-Wish stuff. That was good, but just that's your first match for WrestleMania weekend, first big match. And I'm like, it was fine. Then we go into the men's showcase match. I loved this match. I would have started with men's showcase. I really would have. That would have been my opener. I would have been like, we're gonna pop the crowd with this insane level of athleticism. That 6-person, like double doomsday suplex with a splash. The Ricochet looked at me. Everyone in that match looked good. It's rare that you have a match where everyone is in it. 2 people win, but everyone comes out looking better. And I was like, that match was fantastic. Street Profits got the victory. Awesome. Solid match. Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. Unpopular opinion, probably. Logan Paul gets professional wrestling. He understands the sports entertainment side of this. I think trying to make him face was a dumb move when it's very easy to be like, hey, I'm amazing at this thing, but I'm amazing at everything that I do. Really liked seeing, his buddy in the his buddy in like the energy drink suit, eating like the big splash through the table. Thought that was good. I have no idea what Seth Rollins was trying to wear to the ring. I still think that when Seth and Becky fully retire and decide to do like a garage sale or whatever it is they do to get rid of all those outfits, it'll be something truly spectacular. But great match. 2 really athletic guys. Fantastic match. Worked each other well. Crowd bought into everything they were doing. That's what you want. The 3 matches in, 2 worked beautifully. 1, no. And then we go in that 6-woman tag match, which I already had fears was going to be kind of clunky because you've got 2 legends who haven't really worked a lot of matches at all recently. And, against a fully fledged team where you've got 3 people who are all workers. So I'm like, all right, well, Becky has to take the majority of the heat in this match. Lita's going to take some heat. Trish probably won't take any heat in this match. And it was just kind of you can tell there's moments where they're like, and there's like the stutter step before a move would happen. You're kind of like, this is clunky. But I mean, you got to see legends in the ring, so that worked. Crowd was still hot enough for it, but the Avalanche Manhandle Slam, I'm like, okay. But I'm like, where does Damage Control go from here? They're no longer tag champs. They really haven't won a massive feud. And had they had won this through whatever sort of heel trickery, it would have put them on a pretty good path, and now they're not. Dominic Mysterio versus Rey. I loved the Dominic coming out of the correction facility, being thrown into a paddy wagon, changing clothes somewhere along the way, and then coming down to battle his dad, brought to you by Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Which I thought was weird. I was like, what about this match has anything to do with Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Was there a promo where Dom was like, you know, you were never there for breakfast. You know what I had? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I wanted quail eggs, or whatever it was. It was just, I'm like, this is just weird. Why is this like a promotional match? Loved seeing Dom come down with a Rey Mysterio mask on, in something reminiscent of like the Phantom gear that Rey used to wear for some of his bigger matches. And solid match. I really thought Dom was going to win this one. I thought we were going to see Judgment Day just really kind of elevate themselves. Because I thought the Bloodline was going to be, losing everything this night, and we'll get to that. Bad Bunny got involved, prevented a chain shot, and I was like, okay, well, we're going to be Puerto Rico, hosted by Bad Bunny. Maybe Bad Bunny and Ray take on Dom and Priest. I mean, that'd be a solid match. It'll be unique seeing Bad Bunny and someone like Dom. It's like, how well will Dom and Bad Bunny get along? How well will they work? But Ray got the victory. Okay. He got the win to the Hall of Fame, got to beat his kid. I mean, I thought that having Dominic win, and then he has that feather in his cap that he can pull whenever he wants to. Oh, but remember, Dad, when I beat you at WrestleMania? In one of my first WrestleMania singles match, and I beat you, a legend, a Hall of Famer. I mean, just something like that. And seeing the LWO come down and attack the Judgment Day, I'm like, okay. Maybe if Finn's okay, they do, Santos Escobar, Bad Bunny, Rey Mysterio versus Judgment Day. I don't know. I mean, there's some good options coming out from that. Then we had Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Not the main event. But you can tell these two were like, all right, you're going out not in Maine. Okay. What are you going to do? You want to beat the living crap out of each other? I want to give you German suplexes. I want to face plant and do a flip in those German suplexes, okay? I want to Matt burn my nose taking these German suplexes where I face plant. Rhea. All right. Just fantastic. And you can tell that when it's like, H is probably going, Charles going to get booed. They're doing Chicago spot. Boo. Yay. Boo. Yay. I'm like, yeah, Rhea's a dynamo. She's on fire right now. This is the moment you pull the trigger on her and you do this. First Riptide not good enough. And I'm like, well, it's WrestleMania. Avalanche finishers are going to be the hot trend this year. Avalanche Riptide got the 3 count. Crowd was great. I'm like, this perfect. It's a fantastic women's match. 2 women who are both alphas who are like, we're going to go out there and we're going to put on one of the best women's matches that has ever existed. And they did. It's incredibly solid. And then Miz fought Pat McAfee's like the palate cleanser. Okay. I mean, you need a come down spot every now and then. I'm like, that works. It did what it needed to do. It got people to go from like, yeah, I'm pumped, I'm jazzed, I'm exhausted, to like, okay, Snoop Dogg, Miz, all right, don't need to cheer, don't need to get super loud, just kind of need to sit back, relax, chill. Throwaway match, watch Miz get crappy out. All right, cool, just chill. Then ended night 1 with Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This is an Uso murder scene. They hit everything. This almost surpassed like a Young Bucks match when it comes to the amount of super kicks that were thrown in this match. The kick out of the 1D, and I'm like, ooh, all right, here we go. And that finish of like, stunner, power bomb, nothing. Haluva kick, no. I hit you with a haluva kick, and I was like, come on, Sami and Kevin, where's my 1D at? The double top rope splashes. Now, I will say, some of those were like, okay, this is becoming kind of indie-rific here. I was totally fine if you do like the big move and then you like don't hook a leg, or you lackadaisically hook a leg, or you hit the big move and then like, you put the arm over for the cover. Some of those were, I'm laying on top of you and I just have like, your pant leg up, so I'm not actually hooking your leg. I'm like, okay, adrenaline, fighting spirit, fine. 3 haluva kicks. new tag champs. I was like, ooh, could this be the end of the bloodline? Because we saw Solo lose on Monday. One set of titles were lost on Saturday. We've seen another set chase hand on Sunday. Well, now we're on to Sunday. Now, night one had some kind of missteps. Night two was a flat out sprint. The only missteps they had were entirely unintentional. Lesnar Omos. It was just Omos just beating up Lesnar. Lesnar getting a little bit back, hitting some Germans, couldn't hit an F5, a few more moves, hits an F5, wins the match, crowd happy. I'm like, good. That's a solid opener. Omos got really close to beating Lesnar. Okay, that's a good show. Lesnar got to get the victory. Good show. It worked. It was just the right amount of speed. Women's showcase match. It was fine. I mean, it made sense to do like Lesnar Omos first, get the crowd really bumped, really hyped, and then go into the women's showcase match, which, better than the women's 6-man match, but not as good as the men's showcase match. But I mean, it worked. The right team won. Just the right amount of big moves every now and then. I was like, okay, 8 people got paid. It did what it's supposed to do. Triple threat match. That beats of the Baldrum, the Sheamus, chest hit. I like seeing Sheamus beat up on Drew to the point that Sheamus got tired of hitting Drew so much. These two guys probably sat in the back and they went, all right, we've got 3 baths full of ice and Epsom salt. All right. And whatever it is they like to drink, which according to this match is Mike's Harder Lemonade. And then he just went, all right, let's go out there and let's chop and slap and beat the crap out of each other. Whoa. People went, this match is going to be brutal. And they went, oh, hold my Mike's Harder Lemonade. And they just went out there. And I was like, man, how do you follow that match with Gunther winning with like, all right, I'm going to powerbomb you onto you. And then I'm going to powerbomb you again. And his chest was purple. Sheamus's body was like red and purple. I think Drew McIntyre lost parts of chest hair in that match. It was a brutal match. But Gunther retained, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, now who's going to beat Gunther? Especially when it ended up being, Sheamus. There were times when he was really close to having Gunther beat and be the guy to get the title, the last title he's missing, which is a beautiful story. I love that story. I've done everything except for this. Similar to John Cena, was never IC champion. And I'm like, I like that. Like, this is one of those big stories. Like, no. I haven't won this. The one thing that I've missed on my mantle is this one accolade. And, great match. I'm pretty sure anybody could have won. The crowd would have been happy, which you want for a match. And I was like, how do you follow that? Asuka and Bianca. Again, great match. You have 2 people with vastly different styles, where for Bianca, it's all about trying to hit the KOD. It's the power move. She has a speed advantage. She doesn't have a technique, striking, or skill advantage. That's Asuka. Having Bianca dodge the mist and then the raw power up into a KOD, surprise, it wasn't an avalanche, was great. Fantastic match. And I was like, it's a great women's match. We had 2 different nights with 2 amazing singles matches for women. I'm like, good. And we only had one of the 4 horsemen. So it means we have an entirely new crop of women who very easily can handle these main event matches at this big stage and perform incredibly. And I was like, man, how do we go from here? I'm like, when are we going to Hell in a Cell match in the finish? What? Where's our calm down spot? Isn't Snoop again? And then Shane comes down, and Shane gets injured. Shane McMahon. And then Snoop's like, oh, what happened? All right. Awkward looking work punch. Looked half shoot. Bizarre looking doggy elbow. Okay. 3 count. Snoop's like, Shane's hurt. Audible. What? Audible. I'm going to win a match at WrestleMania. I'm in the ring. I'm near it. Kind of know what to do. I'm going to do it. And I was like, okay, that works. It's enough of a way to come into the crowd, kind of, okay, let's do something kind of like that. There's your countdown, the adrenaline run. We'll go back down a little bit. Now we go to Hell in a Cell. Brood Edge coming down with wings. His head like in a disco ball sort of thing. Looked really cool. Also brought to you by the Exorcist Pope, or the Pope's Exorcist. So Edge got to come down with an intro by Russell Crowe. Not on my list of things was going to happen. Demon Balor came out. The cage was white, so we actually could see what was going on. But to make it look better, they had purple chairs, they had red chairs, purple tables, red and purple kendo sticks. Then I had rainbow horseshoes, pink balloons, and green shamrocks. Because you can't have all the colors in there for it. And they beat each other. At first I'm like, man, look at the shiner that we've got on Edge. Oh no, it's just the purple Finn Balor face paint. Now, in Bosco as a demon, I want him to have like the cohesive style of look. Him having his name on his back just looked weird. But the demon's never been defeated. Except for the time by Roman Reigns. Which is the problem with an unbeatable character. Once you're defeated, you're just a character. There was a time where Edge threw a ladder at Finn. And Finn got his head busted open. And I was like, how can you tell? He's covered in red and purple paint. And then we saw the match. We're like, oh, he's dribbling blood. One of those moments where it's like, oh, we have to stop the match. It's like, oh, it's a Hell in a Cell. When you stop a Hell in a Cell because someone's injured, it's like, well, the idea is they're trying to hurt each other, right? Because they want to kill each other. This is why it's Brood Edge versus the Demon. We gotta make sure they're okay. They're beating each other with kendo sticks and chairs and ladders and going through tables. So we end up having the coup de grace from the middle level of the Hell in a Cell through a table. But Edge went on that, I'm like, oh, please don't break your legs, Finn. And then we went with an off of the ladder, top rope impaler DDT. And I was like, oof, that was wicked. And then a concerto within a 3 count. I'm like, all right. Aside from the injury in the match, it's kind of, slowed everything down. I'm like, that was a solid match. I'm like, so match worked, except for, the injury. I'm like, okay. And then we hit like the cool down spot because you're your Hall of Fame. Then we come down to Cody and Roman. Cody, the most baby face of entrances. Crowds singing along with music, crowds loving it. He even kisses a baby. I don't know how you get any more baby face than that. With Cody actually kissing a baby. His own baby. Roman goes down the classical serenade, and now all of a sudden we get to go into one of the matches where it's two guys with these epic style matches. It had everything you wanted to see in it. It had just the right amount of technical to it, the right amount of brawling to it. Cody had the right amount of hope spots. I'm absolutely loving the Roman's going for a spear. Pedigree counter. Solo got involved. And I like when Solo used the weight belt and there was this loud snap sound. The weight belt that he took from Luke Harper's son. And the ref kind of went, wait a minute. Looked over, and there's Cody doubling over. He throws Solo up. Like, good. Solo's been removed from the match. Back and forth, crowd eating it up, Really bad looking first camera angle for the ref bump. Cody has like a pump kick and like toe taps the referee on the arm, and the referee then flies out of the ring. There's no ref. Usos come down. Super kicks, 1D. What's going to happen? The referee's down. If only there were more referees. No. These like a Pez dispenser. You get one at a time. And then Kevin and Sammy come down. Chase out the Usos. Stunner, haluva kick. 1, 2, nope. We ain't done yet. Cody gets back into control after getting out of a guillotine, which was fantastic. They hit all the big moves. And I was texting a buddy of mine. I'm like, dude, I need some bionic elbow. See the shuck and jive, bionic elbow. I'm like, all right, here we go. Going in the finish. Crossroads. Hanging up on the ropes. My tribal chief is being killed. Cody gets back into the ropes a little bit. Samoan Spike by Solo Sikoa. Big spear. 1, 2, 3, Roman retains. And I was like, wait, what? It's like, well, they're going to do it in Puerto Rico? I'm like, but now, so Cody beat Solo. The Usos lost the tag belts. But Roman is still the main guy. But Roman is taking time off after WrestleMania. I was like, what is he not coming back for a Backlash? In Puerto Rico? And I was like, okay. I'm like, so the bloodline has been like half hurt. One member of the Judgment Day won a match. So they're 1 out of 3. Damage Control also was damaged again. And I was like, okay, so then who beats Roman? Who's left to beat Roman? Is The Rock going to defeat Roman? Is Roman going to be like, I've had 1,000 days. I'm going to retire as champion. Hold the tournament. Because I'm going to go on vacation. And then when I come back, I'll be like, I never lost the title. Win it back at SummerSlam. Hold it again until Mania again. And I was like, they've really exhausted all their options unless they're going to find a way to heat somebody up faster than they could heat up Cody. I mean, I'm like, okay. I don't quite know what they're going with this. Unless the plan all along was have Cody defeat Roman and then have Shane challenge Cody, because wrestling's more than one royal family. So, if you beat the Ottawai family, then maybe you take on the McMahon family. I don't know. So the bookending of this whole event was a really bizarre Theory Cena match. And then you have to kind of go like, how? Well, Cody's to finish the story, and he got really badly injured last year, came back, won the Royal Rumble, and now he just... No. So it'll make for you unique tomorrow for the Raw after WrestleMania.